The top trader of the HBAR ecosystem, the supreme overlord, the man who says one day things are going to pump, the next things are going to dump, depending on what everybody is thinking over the course of the past 24 hours. It's Jesus. I'm going to be telling you everything in HBAR, the ultimate god, in about 10 minutes-ish, give or take, maybe a little bit longer. It's better than brain rotting, though, I promise you, so let's get into it. Now, when it comes to HBAR, keep in mind, the main reason we're bullish on this thing is because of the fact that we're bullish on institutions. So if the institutional narrative is not there, we should floor all of our HBAR and run as fast as we can. Good thing for us, HBAR does have that narrative and it is an actual thing. They are all over the place when it comes to regulation and that yada, yada, yada stuff that the average person can't look into. All you need to know is that by positioning themselves in this way, they've made it easier for institutions to invest into them. As simple as that. And so they have this thing that happened a couple days ago. More than 110 crypto firms urge lawmakers to protect developers. And this is part of the DeFi education fund that HBAR is a part of. They're part of pretty much everything when it comes to regulatory stuff, because the more stuff that they're part of, the higher the likelihood that people will want to actually use HBAR for these institutional things. So we love to see that. Other things in terms of LF decentralized trust, this is a trust that wants to go ahead and open source decentralized technologies. They finally had the first project graduate under it. Hedera wants to do more of this stuff, like I said, because it'll make more people interested on HBAR. Like literally, that's pretty much it. If you're someone that is trading HBAR, you're going to be very bullish on it. You got to be bullish on this stuff. I'm actually going to go ahead and illustrate for you right now how important it is for HBAR to position itself in terms of a regulatory force to be reckoned with. Now, here is HBAR, right? We got HBAR right here. This is HBAR. HBAR wants to be the king. So they want to have this crown. The crown makes them very happy, and it makes HBAR pump to $1. A very easy pump to $1 if HBAR is the king. Now, to be the king, they have to be in the room. So they got to be in the room with the big boys, and the big boys are like, you know, like Google. We got NVIDIA, stuff like that. So the way that HBAR is able to do that is by starting this thing called a council. So the validators on the chain, the people that actually like approve, disapprove transactions, they're made up of these boys. And so they're able to get some of these partners to work with some of the biggest companies in the world. For example, with NVIDIA, it was this company called 𝐑𝐞𝐿 Labs. They were using NVIDIA chips. They were timestamping where in the process these chips were doing things, the transactions, everything in between. 𝐑𝐞𝐿 was doing it. And so they got in the room. But if they just stopped here, then they wouldn't really be a big thing. We would not see $1 on HBAR. We'd be very sad, right? That would make us all very sad if HBAR didn't hit $1. So what they continue to do is they keep joining the room. So if we see like Cardano go somewhere, then we can expect XRP is probably going to be there too. We saw the same thing with funding. We saw the same thing with President Trump and a crypto advisory boards. Now what we're seeing is kind of like AVAX wants to do something. Well, then we're probably going to see HBAR in the same room as them. If there's anything to do with, I can't even type, anything to do with like regulation, right? We're going to definitely see XRP in the room. No brainer. We're definitely going to see Cardano. So they're going to pump. And what HBAR is trying to do is they want to join the party. HBAR wants to be a part of this party. So HBAR is part of all of the meetings in between. And that's going to cause the price of HBAR to pump. I mean, seemingly so, because the more rooms they're in, the higher the likelihood they'll get noticed. And if they get noticed, institutions will buy. Institutions have been buying a lot of crypto, a hell of a lot of crypto. They have about 17% of all known Bitcoin right now. They've got about 2% of all Ethereum. I'm talking about billions of dollars. And so if we get an ETF, then we can assume that billions of dollars will flow into these cryptocurrencies. Now, why in the world would we expect these cryptocurrencies to get attention just because they're in the room? I mean, the cool kid's room doesn't really make you a cool kid. That is very, very debatable. But we are starting to see that this is actually working. I mean, there are people that are legitimately using these crypto ETFs as an indicator. Like if you go to crypto ETFs, you can do this yourself. Just type crypto ETF. There's 92 of them. 92 of them. There's so many filings right now. So many filings. Now, the cryptocurrencies that are getting these mostly, let's talk about them. We have Solana. Of course, Ethereum already has them. XRP. Okay, that's pretty cool. We've got a couple like niche ones that we kind of go ahead and see a little bit of. Maybe there's like a random like Trump one in there somewhere. Nothing really too exciting. But in that same room, right next to XRP and Cardano, there's a certain cryptocurrency that we're covering in this video, which I have bags in, of course. It's called HBAR. HBAR is in the room. So everyone that's telling me, when am I going to sell my HBAR? When am I going to stop yapping about this thing 24/7? Well, I will stop yapping once they join the room and they are a part of the Big Boys Club. The Big Boys Club right now is BTC and Ethereum. Because no matter what happens, these institutions are going to be throwing billions of dollars into these guys. No matter what. The best writer in all of crypto, no doubt. No doubt. Billions of dollars, right? So anybody that joins this club is almost guaranteed to succeed. Buybacks are the best way to pump your cryptocurrency right now. And the 3 cryptos that are trying their hardest to get into this club, as you can see, they're trying very hard. They're almost there. XRP, Cardano, HBAR. Once they get ETFs, once they get capital flowing, it's over. These cryptos are going to pump a lot. And they will have retail communities that are built on them. In fact, if you look at where the HBAR Foundation is positioning themselves, which now they're called the Hedera Foundation, shout out, they are going ahead and starting to build trading platforms or incubating trading platforms. One of them being Orbit, Hedera's fastest all-in-one DeFi trading platform, because they're pretty much the only trading platform right now on HBAR. Now, of course, I'll leave the link for all this stuff so you guys can go ahead and check it out. I've been using Orbit. As you can see, it's still very early on in this thing. It's still in open beta. I think there's still a lot of work to be done when it comes to the retail space for HBAR, no doubt about it, but it is getting a lot of attention, a lot of attention. If you look at the charts right now, this is the price chart for GIB. This is the biggest meme coin on HBAR right now, so I'm able to go ahead and show this. This coin has been doing pretty well over the past month, right? It's been kind of chilling. Against HBAR, it's making new all-time highs. There's never been a higher daily close for GIB against HBAR. It is outperforming HBAR by a strong margin over the past week. I mean, this chart looks incredible. You look at the USD chart, looks okay. Against HBAR, it's absolutely killing it. Meme coins right now are getting a lot of attention on HBAR. Not that they're pumping to hundreds of millions of dollars worth of market caps. It's still too early, but the infrastructure is being built to facilitate retail. Now, why would retail be interested in a cryptocurrency? Let's be honest. You and I, why would you be interested in a crypto? I mean, this is a crypto. This is just any cryptocurrency out there. Well, you would be interested in a crypto if you think this is you. So we'll type you here. You're happy. You would only be interested in this cryptocurrency if the value of it went up. Obviously, right? Like that's why we're in the game. We're here to make money. We're not here to do charity. So what things could produce a chart that goes up? Well, people buying. People buying, that's a reason for a crypto to go up. That's pretty much one of the main reasons that a crypto goes up. If not the only reason, people have to buy. Now, how do people buy a cryptocurrency? Well, with their own money. Money is very important. Or they can print. They can print that money. That's also a thing. Now, how do they make money? Well, they make revenue. Or they raise it. That's simple as that. You could go ahead and earn it or you raise it. Now, what's the easiest way to do it? Raising. Raising is the easiest way to make money in crypto. And how do we raise money? With an ETF or a treasury company. We make a treasury company and we make a lot of money. Now you could go ahead and work to make this money, or you can make a product, right? You can make your own company. But what I will tell you is it's a lot easier to raise billions of dollars when it's an ETF or a treasury. It is a hell of a lot easier. So the entire crypto cycle is just culminating into this because it's just so much easier to do things and have immediate gratification, which everyone wants to be happy immediately. Everyone wants the charts to go up immediately. So the reason we buy HBAR is because, then this is retail, this is you and I, is because of the fact that we think the crypto is going to go up. Obviously, that's why we own HBAR. We think the crypto is going to go up, so we own the cryptocurrency. We wouldn't own it otherwise. And so we think ETFs, treasuries, they're going to pump billions of dollars into crypto. They're going to raise a bunch of money, and they're going to buy our cryptocurrencies, and they're going to go up in value. And that will create an environment for us to make money. Because if they're buying our bags, that's a good thing. We want that to happen. Value goes up, we make more money. And so HBAR, them being a candidate for the Cool Kids Club to, you know, go ahead and go up in value, they are going to need to have a place for us to go ahead and do things. And so they've been building these platforms, these trading platforms and infrastructure for their DeFi side. All DeFi is used for is to make retail and institutions stay. That is the only reason you would really have DeFi in a cryptocurrency when it comes to a price chart. Now, of course, HBAR, they've got a vision beyond that, and I'm sure everybody has good intentions and all that. But we're traders. We just care about the price action. That's how, this is the honest to God truth to it all. So once we see things kind of adding up here, and this is something I saw, this is why I parked $30,000 worth of crypto into HBAR memes and stuff. It's because of the fact that the Hedera Foundation is starting to focus a lot on building the infrastructure behind a retail run on DeFi. I mean, that's what's happening. That's why there's a trading platform that went live. That's why they're talking about Hedera DeFi and how, you know, the network activity is increasing. That's why right now there's an airdrop campaign, which if you have any HBAR at all, there's zero reason for you not to be a part of this. HBAR has liquid staking. Liquid staking means you could do transactions. You could literally do anything you want on HBAR. You could even withdraw your HBAR. And whatever HBAR you have on your Hashback wallet, that HBAR is just going to stay staked. You can have one HBAR and it'll still stay staked. Like, it's just going to be a thing. It's going to stay staked. So there's no reason for you not to be farming this. I actually think Origin's going to be probably the best airdrop this year for HBAR. There's no reason for it not to be. It's pretty much the only one people are farming at the moment. But the blueprint is here. Origin's going to be a launch pad. Orbit's going to be a DeFi trading platform. We have Saucer Swap, which is going to be adding perpetuals, which is futures. We have all the groundwork. We have AEL here, which is making a Webpunk social platform. No, this one's seems a little bit more niche, but I still feel is necessary. And we also have a bustling meme coin ecosystem. We have a meme coin ecosystem, despite the fact that the market is correcting. We know September is not good for crypto. We still see it pumping. What does that tell you? What that tells you is that the HBAR ecosystem is positioning. It's positioning for this. It's positioning for you. It's positioning for you. For the first time ever, you have become a part of the equation. For the first time ever, you might actually make a difference. And I think that's really cool. So the entire point is when this happens, when they become part of this club of people that are just having billions of dollars flowing into them like it's no tomorrow because they could just print unlimited money. Like I said, ETF treasury, you are going to be a person that makes a lot of money and they're going to want to keep you. So they're going to try to make ways for you to stay. And one of them is going to be a DeFi ecosystem, which I think is genius. You might not even have to leave. We'll see. But this is the overarching reason for $1 HBAR. This is the overarching reason for a $5 HBAR. This is the overarching reason that you should be bullish on HBAR right now. This really is it. If they can pull this off, this coin is going to go to unimaginable levels. Now, there's a chance that they just aren't added to this club and they just never become a part of it and we're all sad. But if it all happens the way we want it, this is going to be the outcome. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. That's your update. Stay classy, and that's all.